Hello, my butterfly friends. Today is Palm Sunday, a day of celebration, of Hosanna, of palm branches and joy. And yet, if you've lived any life at all, you probably already know the ups in this world are almost always preceded by a down. We don't get resurrection without a burial. We don't get butterflies without a season of caterpillar goo. We don't get fruits without seeds being buried and broken and open in the dark. And we don't get Easter without going through Holy Week. Palm Sunday starts with so much joy. Jesus entering Jerusalem, the crowds shouting praise, waving palm branches, laying down their cloaks. It's the kind of scene that makes everybody feel like, everything is finally going right. But Jesus knew what road he was on. He knew he was heading up to Jerusalem. It is a city set on a hill. And from there, he knew he would go even further up to Golgotha, the hill where he was crucified. But then he went down into the tomb, into death itself. And from there, the greatest comeback in history. It's the pattern of the kingdom: down before up, buried before blooming, and grief before glory. We see it in Jesus and we see it all around us in nature. Out here in the meadow, the life lessons are everywhere. Seeds are buried in the cold, dark soil. Caterpillars disappear into a chrysalis and literally turn into goo. Trees lose their leaves. The meadow looks dead. And yet we know what's coming and we wait with hope because we've seen it before. God's redemptive pattern over and over and over again, woven throughout creation. I've seen it in my own life too. There have been some serious downturns the past few years. Just this winter, the greenhouse turned into a rave for the raccoons and squirrels. Plants I worked so hard to grow didn't make it through the winter. At least it doesn't look like they made it through the winter. And I've had to make hard decisions like paying this bill instead of buying seeds or soil or tools. And sometimes the meadow feels like it's taking forever to become what I know it could be. But deep down inside, I believe. I believe that, to quote something, Sunday's a coming. Or maybe I should say, some days a coming. Because that's what hope really is. It's trusting that even when you're in the down, God is already preparing, has already prepared the up. Jesus said in John 12:24 that unless a kernel of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains only a single seed. But if it dies, it produces many seeds. That was true for Jesus, and it's true in so many things in our lives. We want the harvest, but planting comes first. We want the bloom, but there's always a season of waiting. We want the joy, but we can't skip the sorrow. God is preparing me right now for what He has already prepared for me. And if I were to receive it too soon, I wouldn't be ready for it. So the soil isn't just where things are buried, it's where things begin. Your grief, your waiting, your confusion, they are not the end of the story, my friend. They're part of the pattern. And maybe you're in a down season right now, a buried season. Maybe the meadow of your life feels more like mud and sticks than blossoms and butterflies. I can relate, but I want you to hear this. You're not alone. God sees, and He is not done with your story. The resurrection is coming, not just for Jesus, but for all of us. And creation whispers this truth in 1,000 ways. In every bud on every branch, in butterflies transforming from goo into butterflies, and the warm breeze that follows the frost. So let's not despise the downs. This one's hard to say. Let's not fear the tomb. Why? Because we know the ending. Sunday's a coming. Someday is coming. And in the meantime, I'll be here in the meadow, watching, waiting, planting, praying, hoping, and trusting in the one who brings beauty from brokenness every single time. I hope you have a very beautiful Palm Sunday, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye, butterfly.